But when was Jesus so tired that he didn't minister to people? We went into the restaurant, went to Buffalo Wild Wings. We just got done down there at the place we were worshiping and going after what we were doing tonight here in Florida. And then went there and just ordered our food, talked to the waitress about her tattoos, and just talked to her about, her, had her come over and pray with us, try to get your waiter or waitress involved when you tell them about Jesus and they say yes. Make sure by taking their hand in prayer when you're gonna bless your food. So she was cool with that. And then just talked to her about miracles and what she needed a miracle for. She said she wanted to be a personal trainer. I kind of saw marketing and some different things. And she's like, I want to be a trainer. She's going to have to market because you can't be a trainer and get clients unless you do it. So we prayed for that to be blessed. And then we blessed her and tipped her big. So when you tell people about Jesus, your waitress, don't rip them off. Make sure you bless them so that the body of Christ can get the spirit of ugly off of them through radical generosity. We want to do that. Then saw another waitress in there, started talking to her about God loving her, and she was fine. Then went up to the desk and kind of pressed it a little harder and started talking to her about Jesus and her life and where she was. And then she came out from behind the desk, and you could see her starting to cry. And she didn't really want to be on camera through the conversation, which is fine. But Jesus just unraveled her heart in a way where she was able to actually realize that God really loved her and cared about her. She's going through a lot of stuff. Just like most people, when you pass them by, they're going through a lot of stuff. And it takes somebody that would love Jesus and to know who they are. Love God with all your heart, your soul, your strength, your mind. And then love your neighbor as yourself. And if you truly love yourself, then you're going to reach out and you're going to love others. Because it's not just about the ministry. It's not just about the microphone. It's about the people, because ministry is about loving people and bringing them the truth. Everywhere we go, we're supposed to be a light that shines no matter how dark it is, no matter how yucky it is. And it was just really good because she got to get born again, gave her life to Jesus. I got to see Freedom come in, and then JP, who was holding the camera, got to pour into her and spoke Spanish that I couldn't understand. And it was pretty amazing, that part. And then there was a lady in there that kept helping. She's not the manager, but she's like the team leader. So she's like a mom to them, and she's an on-fire Christian that loves the Lord. So this girl that we were ministering to that was crying was Catholic. So she got born again, gave her life to Jesus. And then there was a young man that came up. He said, hey, when you're done, I want you to pray for my grandma's heart. And so that's awesome. I would love to do that. So it's another thing too, when you start praying for waitresses when you're in a restaurant, they're curious, like, what's going on over there? Like, what is happening at that table? Like, what is going on? So they're curious, they want in on it too. And even though they might be outside and they have no idea who God is, we're supposed to be a light in the darkness. So they're drawn to that light. I like to say that Christians are like that bug light, you hang on your back porch to stop the mosquitoes, to get them. But the mosquitoes don't stop. They go into that light and they get to the center of that thing and get zapped. And if we carry his presence, the reality of it is the closer they get, even if they are dark, the light that's in us is able to touch them and actually bring that light to their life. And so the young man then came back. I went and got him, and he sat down and he kind of went through what he believes. And he did believe in God, but he had a little bit of a skewed view on God in that it's energy and it's not religion. And he got really burned with religion when he was growing up, and he chose to not do it. He was angry at that. So he never plugged in anywhere. And I just talked to him about being separated from the body of Christ when he can have a family around him, like a local church around him that's loving him, a community of young believers that iron sharpens iron. And so we had that conversation. It was really good. He ended up giving his life to Jesus too, and he got born again. And I plugged him in, of course, to the YouTube channel, but I also plugged him in to my buddy's church that's right down here, which is great. It's only 10 minutes away from where he is. And he's like, man, I was missing this. I was needing this. And you could tell how happy he was. He was a totally different young man when we were done. And that's all in just going out to dinner, because you could say, well, I'm really tired. I just ministered on a stage. I'm really tired. But when was Jesus so tired that he didn't minister to people? I mean, I think that's amazing, because a lot of times, you got the disciples in the Gospels where Jesus tells the disciples, they're all tired, they're wore out. Jesus is like, you know what, we're going to go over and we're going to take a break, we're going to take a rest, it's going to be awesome. let's go take a hiatus. So they head across the lake, and when they get over on the other side of this thing, all of a sudden, all these people are there waiting for Jesus. And the disciples are like, oh man, he's gonna do that compassion thing again. And that's the deal. I believe that we all need to be moved with compassion, because the more we're moved with compassion, the more that compassion causes us to live in action. And it's so important that we be the hands and feet of Jesus and not hold back. It's really important, especially right now, the state that America's in. Like, it's time for us to arise and shine, because our light has come, and we're supposed to be the light of the world. But light that's concealed under a basket isn't seen as light at all. That light is hidden. Don't hide it. Lift it and go and preach the gospel, or at least love somebody and share Jesus. Share your testimony. Do something, because people are dying. And that one girl was on the edge of not wanting to be here anymore because she's just so fed up with life. And so many people are pulling the plug on their lives, and you could stop somebody's suicide by giving them the love of Jesus. Bless you guys.